Coming up on Living Local, we take you to Art Basel 2019. From Wynwood to Miami Beach, we showcase dynamic artists from across the globe.
We're gonna have something like 3 million visitors here. 10 years ago, it was not this.
Very much driven by pop culture, artwork that's for the people and doesn't need a thesis to kind of understand what the hell's going on.
We're here tonight about Puerto Rico, which had a devastating time the last couple of years recovering.
It has become like truly an international hub of arts and culture.
All of that and more coming up on Living Local. Hey South Florida, I'm Jana Angel with Living Local, and I'm taking you to Miami Beach for Art Basel, a major collection of art and fashion from all over the world. Follow me, I'll show you around. Art Basel is one of the biggest artistic gatherings in the world, consisting of visual, performance, experiential, and cinematic art. Art Basel started in the 1970s with just 19 galleries and attracted more than 16,000 visitors. Today, Art Basel Miami hosts over 300 galleries of artists and over 80,000 people. So, let's check out the buzz on Basel. The Wynwood Walls came to be in 2009 as the brainchild of Tony Goldman, a visionary developer in Miami Beach, who took 6 simple gray buildings and empowered street artists to create a jungle of color and imagination. Today, there are over 80,000 square feet of wall where artists from all over the world showcase their talents. So the 10th anniversary of the Wynwood Walls, I'm here with Ian Christie, who works at the GGA Gallery and is going to tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. This is the Goldman Global Arts Gallery at the Wynwood Walls. Like you said, celebrating its 10-year anniversary. We're gonna have something like 3 million visitors here. 10 years ago, it was not this, but it's become like truly an international hub of arts and culture, not just for Miami, but for the entire world. And all of the artists in this gallery, Kobra, Fail, Beals, these are all artists who have like poured out their blood, sweat, tears, talent, time, energy to make this place what it is. And it's just an amazing place to be. We're here at Art Basel. It is super breathless and back-to-back now. We've had a great time. So this is where we are. It's a good place to be.
Absolutely, and I have to say that this is somewhere you can actually visit all year round. It's not just during Basel. It's a great way to visit Miami, right line, right down, and come and see you guys, right?
Absolutely. I mean, this is really the vision of Jessica Goldman, who's carrying on Tony's legacy and has made this thing an incredible place. You could really almost mistake this for like a Saturday in February. Art Basel is going to pack up and go home in 2 days, mercifully. This is still going to be here, and people are going to come all the time throughout the summer, throughout the winter, 4 seasons. We're here.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for having us and living local with me today.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Goldman Global Arts is a Miami and New York-based creative collective with a one-of-a-kind experience for all to enjoy. They support the artistic community by providing a launchpad for emerging and established artists to flourish not only in their craft, but also entrepreneurship. They have honed their offerings to provide the best products, services, and experiences for their clients. Goldman Global Arts shares that they have elevated the platform of street and public art as an instrument of change by infusing art and creativity into life in unexpected ways.
For me, I try to paint happy characters because everyone's got enough stress and bad stuff in their life, and I try to bring the happiness forward through my art.
If you're Basel bound next year, make sure you check out all the pieces by Tristan Eaton. I'm sure you recognize his work from downtown West Palm Beach on the Alexander Lofts. And you'll notice some of this art from Shepherd Ferry right in Jupiter, Florida. Now we're headed to Scope to visit with internationally renowned artist Dulk. You might even find our favorite Florida bird in quite a few of his pieces. Then we'll visit with our friends from ThinkSpace Art Galleries. few friends visiting and living local with us today. We're in the Think Space booth at Art Basel, and we're going to get to talk to some of the curators, owners, and artists to see what goes behind all of these amazing pieces.
We've been coming to Miami now. I think this is our 10th year, our 8th year with Scope in a row. And we kind of work in a genre that's commonly referred to as new contemporary, which is, if anyone's familiar with Juxtaposed magazine, which is like the largest art magazine in the world, it's kind of a melting pot of graffiti and street art and pop surrealism and comic book and just everything that I think anybody that's in their 30s to 50s right now grew up with over the last 20 or 30 years. Very much driven by pop culture, artwork that's for the people and doesn't need a thesis to kind of understand what it's doing. We'll do the solo shows, but then we also bring our big group wall, which has been a big hit over the last 8 years here. And we'll have 80 or 90 artists on one wall. We're able to bring down our whole family of artists this way when we do this. So.
I love that you refer to it as your artist family. That really speaks volumes for your gallery.
No, we definitely have we're a family. I mean, we get to know everybody before we work with them and, know their kids, know their mom and dads. And it's cool like that. I think it's better.
The Scope Art Show is celebrated as the premier showcase for emerging contemporary art and creative programming. Next up on Living Local, I get the chance to chat with internationally renowned painter Dulk of Valencia, Spain, Chinese costume artist Yang Ming Ming, and then we'll check out the art of Porkchop. Dulk, it has been wonderful getting to know you a little bit. He is actually from where I used to live in Spain, and there is so much color there in Valencia, especially with fallas. These kind of remind me of the nuts that are there.
Yeah, Valencia, it's really cool. The sun there, it's amazing. The colors in the sky is amazing. People is very friendly. It's a very good city to live for an artist right now. Many artists are living there, and it's growing so fast in terms of culture and art mind. I try to visit the jungle or the savannah in Africa, and after that I do a study of everything in my studio, and I prepare the body of works for the upcoming exhibition. This piece with the flamingo, I did the flamingo because in Miami it's easy to find them and it's very popular. It's a bit of magic, surrealistic, but I like when people see it and try to imagine by himself or herself what's happening there. It's very funny to listen the stories of the people there.
Porkchop, yes. I really have to say, this piece took my breath away when we walked by. Can you walk me through the creation of it?
So most of this work is about mixing different cultures and religions and ancient civilizations kind of influenced work. And this piece is kind of like a deity, and she's made out of like a mannequin from the waist up. And I made some foam arms, fiberglass, and then the bottom is carved out of foam, fiberglass, and bondo, and resin, and gold leaf.
I really have to know, where did Porkchop come from? I gotta know.
Okay, so years ago, I used to paint murals and stuff, do graffiti on the street. I used to paint pork chops. That was my thing. As crazy as that sounds.
No, I love that. I really love knowing the story kind of behind the artist and what got you to the point that we are here today at Art Basel. Well, Porkchop, thank you so much for taking time with me. It was wonderful to hear your inspiration behind this piece and how this beautiful deity was actually created.
Oh, thank you for coming by.
Thanks for living local.
All right.
I'm taking over. We are here at Café Bulu in Palm Beach at the Brazilian Court, and it's an annual for the festival who are celebrating more than 10 years this year. It's an annual to do the brunch here at Café Bulu. I take a lot of pride at mentoring young chefs and making sure that they grow well in our industry. They become their own success.
Most of my work is printmaking, drawing, painting, there's collage, there's hand stitching. So, if drawing doesn't work, I'll print it. If that doesn't work, we'll paint it. So I like to bring in all the different processes and layering, and it kind of reminds me of like layering time, the process, and really understanding what the depth of the work.
What is your inspiration by some of your pieces? Because they are very different.
I grew up with really strong women in my family, and my work is really a homage to them. My grandmother, my mother, the women in my community. So I really really wanted to talk about those women and tell their amazing stories through my work. I was like, their story needs to be told.
Ming, you bring a stunning fashion element to Art Basel. I know that we've had sculptures, we've had painting, but this fashion is amazing and dynamic.
Really?
Where do you get your inspiration from for Daughter of the Dragon?
I got that feeling from the ocean, because ocean usually is very peaceful, very beautiful, very rich. This is the Daughter from the Dragon. This story is from China ancient. The Daughter of Dragon with beautiful face and kindness heart. If she feels the pain from people, she will drop a lot of tears. She's in blue and white like a wave of ocean. And all these words is meaning her energy. This energy can be disappear the pain of human. So that is the Daughter of Dragon. I think it can walking Miami Beach. It would be very natural, very beautiful.
Absolutely, I agree. It's really the essence of the ocean, and what better place to bring this than to Miami. These pieces you told me are Chinese calligraphy that emulate man and woman and two different animals.
Dragon means power, emperor in his story. So power makes a lot of animals together, the power from a man. This is a phoenix. Phoenix is the king of the bird. So it is a long tail. It means peaceful and beautiful. These two words means balanced word. Yes, I think in peaceful, balanced, natural situation, people can be more strong, more healthy, and more future.
I totally agree. Bringing the balance between a strength, between a beauty, between a fire and a water.
Yeah.
You have really shown those in not only fashion, but then also in these calligraphy pieces. How talented.
Yeah, that is a fortune. That is a wish from China. Actually, in China culture, we always have a wish, to hope people can be beautiful, rich, healthy, and peace. Yeah, all of this simple, but suit for everyone in the world. So we bring it to Basel, to scope, to share for the people around the world, especially in Miami. Yeah.
Well, you just keep making dreams come true, and we will follow along in your journey. Thank you, Ming. Continuing our Basel journey today, I am here with Sun Tu. You are one of the youngest artists here, and boy, are you making a splash with your pieces. Talk to me a little bit about it.
Yeah, my art is about love and flower paint, and I very love to create the art. I think the art is the power, and we also need more power in life. Yeah.
What has been so inspiring about her art for you?
Well, I like also flowers and feminine things, and I like that you say art is power. It's like a way to express yourself.
Harmony, tell me, you said that art is the journey. What does that mean to you?
I'm just following on her thing because we're like, how'd you get here? And she's like, I just made it. I just let it come out, you know? I'm like, yes, that's what.
That natural manifestation of greatness.
Yeah, it's inspiring. I like it.
Palm Beach Food and Wine Festival kicks off its second evening with a bang right here at the Breakers Hotel for our chef welcome.
about the festival here with the Palm Beach Food and Wine Festival is how intimate it is. We bring back the chefs every year. It's not overwhelming. The chefs get a chance to interact with our guests, and the guests get a chance to interact with the chefs, their families. It's a family environment. We sort of call them friends and family of the festival.
Studio 1608 stands out as an exciting space filled with history and architectural details, serving as the perfect Palm Beach home for local artists. Let's take a quick Basel break to meet resident artist Charles Bane and Ezra Hubbard during the featured collaboration by Adam Doyle.
Hey South Florida, I'm Jana Angel with Living Local, and we are at the 1608 Art Studios. I'm actually in the studio of Charles Bane, who did this beautiful creation behind me. Charles, you have to talk me through what we're looking at.
Every November we do a huge show, and usually centered around different charities. So this year was gun violence. And so this year I want to do something different, but also ties in to gun violence, and then looking at it in kind of a universal way. So this installation is called Genesis 4:9, which is in the Bible when Cain asked God, "Am I my brother's keeper?" Creating sort of a whole tableau about the scene and how gun violence is so universal and something that really both like historical and frivolous at the same time. Something that we could stop if we were just a little bit kinder.
For me, this particular installation is about emotional memory through time. One of the things that we're really into these days is reevaluating how we record history. It used to be the history was recorded by either the victorious in a battle or essentially a bunch of white men. And now we're going back and saying, what is everyone's real perspective? And what that really means to me is, what's the emotional tone?
Well, for me, this is a very personal show, which talks about many of the issues that I think about in life today. Text pieces that you see, count your blessings, is there anything more important than money? All of those things go through my mind. So this is a very personal show in a very public sort of way, kind of thinking about it. Like count your blessings, they look at all the violence, and that's the sort of thing where it's like, what are you counting? The fact that you're not the demographic that gets shot, or do you count your blessings every day just because life is so great? I mean, does it have to do with violence, or is it just a matter of just the way that you get up out of your bed every morning?
Thank you, Bane, so much for letting me visit, and thank you everyone for living local.
Back at Art Basel, Living Local checks out the nightlife at American Airlines Arena for a viewing of jewelry, art, and gems.
Now we're off to the fabulous Faena Hotel, and we're going to meet our hostess for the evening, Carole Crist, who has made it her mission to rebuild Puerto Rico, the Island of Enchantment.
the last couple of years recovering from Maria, one of the worst hurricanes in the history of this world.
This one is on a beeline to perhaps devastate Puerto Rico. Prayers are needed for this area.
They're still reeling from Irma 2 weeks ago. So this is terrible timing. Bankrupt, still hurt by Irma, 40,000 people without power before the storm even began.
Things like water, food, and fuel, there are severe shortages.
When Maria and Irma struck, it was the worst hurricane to make landfall in Puerto Rico since 1928. It was just absolutely devastating.
I really feel this is an important time on behalf of the people of Puerto Rico.
Of course, eat, drink, and have a lot of fun, but we're also here to raise money for Global Empowerment Mission.
Well, South Florida, that's a wrap for Art Basel 2019. Make sure you stay tuned to Living Local to see what's going on next. Jana Angel with Living Local, where we show you all the best places to eat, shop, stay, and play in South Florida. Today, I'm at the Breakers with Mike Begin, who is going to be emceeing this amazing event tonight, the Habitat for Humanity Gala.
Habitat for Humanity of Palm Beach County is such a fantastic organization, and their mission is to bring people together to build homes, communities, and hope. And if you look around this room, you can see the way that they bring people from all walks of life together. Everyone in this room is making a real difference.
I mean, it's really honestly a team effort to make something this amazing happen. So, you know, my wife Heather and I certainly put in a lot of effort, but really it's everyone from the gala committee to all the people that work at Habitat, to even the people at the Breakers that made this come alive.
This event is really the go-to event for the year because it really helps rebuild the communities in Palm Beach County. And Habitat for Humanity is such an amazing foundation. So anything that they do, I support.
It's all about the homeowners for us, and the fact that the theme is there's no place like home, it just totally ties into just a beautiful night. We're here to raise a lot of money, help a lot of people. Thank you everybody who came.
They've given us foundation, they've given us stability, they've given us family time. I think I'm just more so excited because we have a home that we don't have to uproot from.
Well, South Florida, that is a wrap, and we are at the end of this Yellow Brick Road for this evening. We have been at the Habitat for Humanity Gala at the Breakers Hotel, and what an evening it has been. We have raised over $160,000, and that's a home for somebody to have at the end of their Yellow Brick Road. I encourage you to go over the rainbow and into your hearts. Visit the Habitat for Humanity of Palm Beach website if you weren't able to join us tonight so that you can donate and build a house for the next homeowner. I'm Jana Angel, and thank you for living local. Hey party animals, I'm Jana Angel with Living Local, and tonight I am at the beautiful Norton Museum of Art for the Young Friends of Peggy Adams Party Animal event. This organization is focused on the next generation of caretakers for our furry friends. Why don't you come with me and we'll check out the girls and guys behind this creative black tie.
focus really for Peggy Adams right now is to build a brand new adoption center so we can expand our services and increase the amount of adoptions and services to those lost or abandoned or neglected animals. And so the focus right now is to finish the fundraising for that building and also raise awareness for our foster and adoption.
Animals have always been a cause that's very near and dear to my heart, and so we felt strongly about getting involved with Peggy Adams, especially with the inception of the Young Friends Auxiliary Board, and this was a great way to celebrate.
Peggy Adams is a wonderful organization that helps homeless and lost cats and dogs. Of course, they don't have a voice to speak for themselves, so I think it's amazing that people come together tonight to raise a voice, raise a glass, and help raise funds to continue what they're doing.
We are so excited. This is the inaugural Party Animal event that's benefiting Peggy Adams and all the animals that we care for. I mean, I'm just amazed that, for a first-time event, this is just wonderful. With so many people who came out to support the animals, it's really incredible. The committee's done just a fabulous job. This year alone, we're going to find homes for more than 6,000 animals. And so just think, in a year, when this new building opens, we'll be able to save twice as many lives.
Full access to all the ways that you can help out Peggy Adams in 2020. They have a capital campaign going on. We are building new shelters and new homes for local furry friends in need of your help. I'm Jana Angel, and thank you for living local.